and then moved to what is now the Women's Project at Theater 4 on 54th Street. So it started and has come back to New York. Leo Evans, so it ended its first run in New York on 54th Street, and it's come back to 54th Street. And then that was 1974. In 1981, it went to LA and played over a year in LA. And has been done various places, including it had a run in The Hague at some point in the late 80s, I believe. It was supposed to have a production in Paris. UNESCO was very excited about it. He never saw it, he read it, loved the idea of it. The idea of making his material more accessible by adding music. But the government in France changed hands at the last minute, and the new government said, no, we won't do anything like that. So in the lobby are letters from him to 3 different directors in France, asking them to take on the production when it was scheduled, and then it never happened. It was done in 1995 at the Smithsonian in Washington with another wonderful cast, including Liliane Montevecchi and Ron Holgate. And but it's not well known because there's not a recording. And I think it's something we all feel, I think, or you all can jump in. Just go jump in. We feel it should be being done by colleges around the country, regional theaters around the country. It just seems amazingly timely. The comments that it makes about things, even though the original material was written either just after World War II or in reaction to the events of World War II and the ensuing years. So let's open it up to our cast members. I don't know what to ask. What? You want them to just ask questions? Sure.
What's the difference between a vaudeville and a review? This says a musical vaudeville. Are there very...
Well, that's a very good question. Does anyone want to?
I think in this term it's an advertising or a way of billing the show. I think. I mean it can be.
First of all, Nancy Anderson.
Also, I think it seems to me like part of the original intent was to serve up some old-fashioned musical styles as a framing device for some, as Chris often says, but he's not here, our music director had a great idea about it, that taking this sort of esoteric, nihilistic scene work and sandwiching it in between a more identifiable musical vernacular is a good way to make it more palatable, to make it more accessible.
And it would have been very easy to take the one better word, angularness of the text that is being dealt with and express that musically as well. Tina Stafford. And Mildred Caden was very smart to write in a very accessible style, sort of